What's going on, everybody? I wanted to talk today about, you know, how powerful and how important it is to um, acknowledge um, the existence of a woman. I was watching today a documentary before I got ready for work. I could have watched the Phillies game. I could have watched the Phillies highlights, basketball highlights, but I said, you know what? I want to watch something that's going to stimulate my mind. And so I watched a documentary called, uh, it was called Life Before Birth in the Womb. It's like an hour and maybe 38, 48 minutes long. And it was very, 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 it was just so amazing. The power and um, the labor that a woman experiences bringing life into the world, into the light of the sun. Our raggedy butts. You know what I mean? To be real about it. And so, I had spent time Memorial Day with my family, my siblings, my brothers, and my sisters, some of them. And my sister lives in another state, and she came down with my niece and my nephew, and she had my niece, my brand new niece that she's had May, and beautiful, beautiful, beautiful little girl. Um, but she was explaining to me how, because she works for the IRS, and how the difficulties that she had encountered because she chose to have May, that you know the 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 the, the ultimatum that Doge gave through the Trump administration, the authority through the Trump administration, on either they either attend to their child or take this buyout or have a layoff, but you got to bring your butt in here. And I thought to myself, I'm talking about the men now, and shame on any congressional woman who did not stand up for any of these women during this period and during this time. And I'm not discounting the men who had that same ultimatum, but a woman, especially when she's trying to work, just think, watching that documentary let me know the physical and the spiritual and the mental fortitude that a woman has to have to bring life into this world. The work, that's a job in of itself. And then for her to elect, because she has no choice, to do another job in the world outside of the womb once the child comes out, to make sure that child is provided for, that's another job. And and if she's blessed, it goes on for 18 or 20 years until that child can sustain for themselves. And I'm thinking to myself, how could you heartlessly, because she said she took the buyout because she could not go into the office. She was doing her job. So, once again, like, I'm trying to figure out what congressional women, female, did not stand up for these women. Like, who didn't stand up for them? And for the men, you raggedy jokers. Y'all raggedy. These are the women that brung your raggedy behind into existence. And now you have the power to make a vote to limit their ability to provide for your raggedy ass offsprings? Or just think if they went on strike and said, you can't have none, we're not having any sex, any intercourse, and we're not having any more children. What then? That documentary was eye-opening for me. So I just I just If these policies, right, and this is the problem, this is the issue, right? People try to say, oh, you're being racist, to even think that it's about, no, listen, some of it is based in racism. Believe me, some of it is based in some of these congressional members' minds that they want to preserve, right, the privileges that they so readily enjoyed in a racist system for so many years that they felt like was curtailed or taken back or taken away from them because of these new movements and these new laws and these new policies that have been in place for the last maybe 50 years. Definitely the Civil Rights Bill. But it's above race. It's about resources. It's about the haves, right? Wanting to preserve what they have over those who don't have, right? So to those who are higher in power with a higher intellect about this thing or a higher mindset about this thing, they could care less about race. It's about the preservation of resources. That's why Trump is going around the elements, these precious minerals. This is what it's about, right? The resources that is already, and it's in abundance, right? But it's being destroyed, right? The atmosphere and all that, they're destroying it. And so the pitch now is it's not enough. It's population control. That's another story. But yeah, I don't see how. And I was heartbroken when my sister told me that come September she's going to be out of a job.